The latest briefs.
And good morning to you as well.
All right, gentlemen. The time has come to figure out precisely what's going on in the Borderlands.
The reports and rumors coming out of there are getting wilder by the day. Ghosts, men with the heads of wolves, satanic sacrifices, the dead rising from their graves, and no less than 5 sightings of the devil himself.
The last part is especially surprising, since Vlad hasn't been anywhere near those parts in almost a year.
I hope you're still as amused when I make you scrub the toilets all night.
So it's finally happened. The rabble has gone off the deep end.
Surely we're not going to waste our time on peasant superstitions.
Initially, we weren't.
Found some of them quite amusing, in fact.
However, recently we've been hearing far more insidious whispers. Some of the commoners have got it into their heads that all this is the result of the Emperor having lost God's favor, and that unless a change is made at the very top, we will all soon be overrun by demonic forces.
I see.
These matters have a way of getting out of hand if left unchecked, so we should put an end to this business as quickly as possible. You will ride for the province of Blagayask together, then split up. Vlad and Eugene will go to the city of Blagayask itself. Dmitri, Nick, and Alex, you will investigate the surrounding villages and homesteads.
Our orders?
Investigate the precise source of these rumors. Find the main agitators spreading them, and persuade them to stop.
Or kill them. Either way works for us.
Any other questions?
Any chance that some of these rumors are true?
The dead come back to life and monsters summoned by the devil. Yes. You better bring a magic medallion and a silver sword. Wouldn't want Satan to catch you unprepared.
Are you serious?
Of course. Oh, and take some fireproof armor for all the dragons you'll be slaying.
Right.
You ride immediately.
Yes, sir.
All right, gentlemen. This is where we split up. Good luck.
You too.
What are you looking at, Alex?
I think I see something. Over there in the bushes.
What is it?
I think it's a chest.
A chest? In the bushes? How did it get there?
Maybe it fell off a wagon.
Then grew wings and flew up that hill.
Let's have a look.
It's locked.
Maybe there's a key nearby.
Finding a chest in the middle of nowhere is unlikely enough. If we were to find the key to it as well, that would defy credulity entirely.
And why the hell do we even need a key? It's a chest, not a vault. Let's just break it open.
Sorry.
Something inside. Looks like a sword.
That's it? One sword?
Who would use a whole chest to store a single sword?
And why would they just leave it out here in the wilds?
It feels right for some reason. But just think for a moment how utterly preposterous this is.
What are you doing?
I'm taking the sword.
What for? You have a sword.
Maybe it's better than the one I have.
Better how? A sword is a sword. They're all more or less the same, except the one you have is clean and sharp, and this one is old, rusty, and covered in God knows what.
You're right, I guess. Let's go.
Imperial Guard! We're saved! The Emperor himself sent him here to save us from these horrors.
Nay, you fool. Wasn't you listening? That tyrant doesn't care about us one whit. They must be spirits. Demons come to hurt the lady.
All right, what have we here?
They look so real.
We are real, idiot. Now get your hands away from me before I cut them off.
You will not touch the lady. We'll give our lives for her, to the man.
Who are you?
What's it to you?
I defy you, foul spirit! Be gone!
Protect the lady!
Time to die!
You're no match for me!
Stay away, devils!
Oh, that was unexpected. What would possess a commoner to attack Imperial Guardsmen?
They did not seem right in the head. Possessed may be the right word.
Don't be ridiculous.
Possessed or not, they were raving about demons and spirits. And some lady.
It appears the reports were not exaggerated. The locals really have lost it.
What now?
Mount up, and on to the village. Lead the way, Alex.
What? Why me? I thought you were in charge.
That's your first mission with us. Therefore, we have to assess your abilities, and that includes your judgment. So, lead the way.
And don't worry. If you try to do something too stupid, we'll let you know.
Thanks.
At your service.
What if I fail your test?
Don't worry. We know exactly how to deal with people who have seen too much. In fact, that's one of our specialities.
Wonderful.
You shouldn't complain. You're lucky that you have us evaluating you. The guys I had, Andre and Yuri, don't know which one was the bigger hard-ass. When I suggested we rest after 3 straight days on the road, Yuri called me a pussy and said a bitch like me would never make it.
Sure sounds like him.
And when I finally dozed off in the saddle on the 4th day, Andre smacked me in the head so hard I fell off my horse.
They sound charming. Can't wait to meet them.
I wouldn't be in a hurry if I were you.
Where are they now?
Killed in action. Both.
Halt! Who goes there? Pox upon your half-wit. Can't you see these Imperial Guard? Forgive the fool, my lords. Welcome to Ayleswood.
Who is in charge here?
Our alderman lives in the 3rd house on the left.
Thank you.
Imperial Guard.
Imperial officers.
Long live His Imperial Majesty.
The Emperor's men.
God bless you, my lords.
God bless His Imperial Majesty.
Quick, woman. Bread, salt and victuals. My lords, I am Osip, the village alderman. To what do we owe the honour?
We've heard some interesting tales about these parts.
To put it mildly.
Good Lord be praised. I knew His Majesty would not leave us to these evil spirits. Oh, thank ye, my lords. Thank ye. I thought we were goners for sure.
Stop babbling and get to the point.
Aye. Oh, please, have a seat. It's as if hell itself opened up, my lord. There's wicked beasts prowling the countryside, digging up graves and raising the dead to walk again. Men possessed by infernal spirits are a common sight round our peaceful village. And that evil witch. Oh, God, have mercy on us sinners. The end times are upon us, I swear it.
Please, my lords, I hope you won't scorn what little we've got.
Not at all. Thank you for your hospitality.
You honour us, my lords.
We were attacked by some strange brigands just outside your village. Do you know who they were?
Aye, my lord. Ordinary men they were until recently, but now their minds are gone, taken by demonic powers.
Right. Are they from around here?
But nay, my lord, they are passers-by bedevilled by that infernal witch. Took their minds she has. Now they loiter around our village, steal our crops and livestock and harass our girls. Our boys had to take up arms to keep them at bay.
Strangely mundane activity for demonic powers to engage in.
They yelled about protecting some lady. Is that the witch you spoke of?
Aye, my lord, but no lady she is. A sorceress most wicked.
Tell us about this witch of yours.
Oh, that whore's behind all our misfortunes. I just knows it.
'Tis so. She was once just an old woman, our healer. She lived in that house on the hill or yonder since I was a little boy. She kept to herself mostly, but she never harmed nobody. We'd go to her when we were sick and she gives us herbs and brews. But one day this spring, she disappeared without a trace. Gone for 2 moons she was.
Making a pact with the devil, no doubt.
Is this story going somewhere?
Aye, my lord. A fortnight ago, she comes back, but she was changed.
How so?
Her hair, 'twas once thin and grey, but it became lush and dark as the night itself. Her face, her eyes are the same, blue as the clear sky, but her face is now that of a young lass, and her breasts, once old and saggy, now they are supple and large like the...
Why was you looking at her breast, you old pervert?
Oh, you daft wench! Because she bewitched me! I'm a God-fearing man, my lords, but she's turned me mind to evil thoughts, she has.
Oh, ye and every other man in the village, not to mention her wicked servants. The devil's whore she is, my lords, I swears it.
Has the witch actually harmed anyone in the village?
Aye, my lord, she tried. She tried, but we wouldn't let her. The day after she reappeared, she came down from her hill to the village square to work her foul magic. Oh, menfolk, they grew weak at the sight of her. She was charming them with her evil powers, she was, trying to take their minds for her own. But us womenfolk, we stood our ground. We told her that the devil's whore is not welcome, dear, amongst God-fearing folk. She tried to protest, but we wouldn't listen to her lies. We drove her away with the Holy Cross, we did, and sticks and stones for good measure. Our menfolk complained at first, said she was a nice girl even, but we opened their eyes to her devilry, we did, and slowly their minds came back to home and family, where they belong.
Get to the part where she hurt someone.
Aye, my lord. Some travellers came passing through the village later that day.
We warned them about the evil whore on the hill, but instead of avoiding her like God-fearing folk should, for some reason they went to visit her.
That's when she took their minds, she did, and turned them to her wicked purpose.
Those beasts you mentioned. Tell us more.
Aye, my lord. It began about a moon ago. One night, we heard strange like sounds coming from the woods.
Woods at night are always full of strange noises.
Nay, my lord. These were screams. Inhuman, piercing screams. Myself and some of the boys from the village, we crept up there to take a look, we did, and we saw wicked beasts. They walked as men, but they had the heads of wolves, with great red eyes. burning with the fires of hell, led by a great big one they were, tall as 3 men it was, and it had horns. Giant, wicked horns. Come to think of it, my lords, 'twas no mere beast, but the devil himself. Of that I'm certain. He looked at me with his evil eye, and that's...
That's enough. Go back to the beginning.
Huh? What's that?
This time, keeping in mind that lying to an Imperial officer is a capital offence.
Capital, my lord? As in where His Majesty lives?
As in, if you lie to us again, we'll hang you.
Oh, beg mercy, my lord, I did.
Did you see this devil or not?
Nay, my lord. But the rest be true.
You saw men with heads of wolves.
Lord Almighty, strike me down if I'm lying. We saw 'em, and then we ran. We ran for our lives.
Was there anything else?
Aye. The village cemetery near the woods. A week ago, something dug up some of the graves at night.
Did they take anything?
The bones that was resting there. We found the graves empty.
One more question. We've heard there are people in these parts who think the Emperor is to blame for all these events.
Good Lord have mercy. No man here would ever say such a thing. We love the Emperor as we do our father, one and all.
Aye, my lord. You'll not hear such talk in this village.
All right. Thank you for the information. We'll see if we can work out what's going on here.
Clean and feed our horses in the meantime.
Aye, my lords. God be with you.
Well then, the last time I heard such tales was from my grandmother when I was a little boy.
There has to be something behind them. Clearly he's exaggerating, but I doubt he made up everything.
We've already seen the bandits. And the empty grave should be easy enough to verify.
I'm more interested in that witch. If she's even remotely close to the description, I'd like to take a look at her.
Figures. Lead the way, Alex.
Gentlemen, I require your assistance.
What's the matter?
I'm a merchant, stranded in this village because my cart has a broken wheel. Perhaps you can help me.
What would you have us do?
I need you to gather 15 wolf pelts, 30 bars of iron, and 50 bouquets of wild flowers.
We don't have time for this nonsense.
Well, if you'd like to save time, perhaps you can just give me some money instead. This way you'll still get the reward, but you won't have to do anything for it.
You've got some nerve.
And you don't look like you're hard up for money at all.
Oh, I'm not. In fact, I'm obscenely wealthy. But I could always use more. May I interest you in some armor for your horse? Or a different color uniform? Perhaps you'd like to see me in my underwear. I'm not a proud man, my lords. I'll literally do anything for money.
Let's go before I do something I regret.
Wait! What about an orange sword? It's orange, my lords! Orange!
According to the Elderman, the witch's house should be up this hill.
I wonder if there's going to be a trail of breadcrumbs.
We'll find out soon enough.
The alderman painted quite the picture of this witch. Lush black hair and large, supple breasts. Sounds like my kind of foul magic.
Aren't you worried?
About what?
That she might turn you into a frog.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
I'll be alright. Besides, all you'd need to do is take me to a princess and have her give me a kiss.
That only works if it's true love.
What's not to love?
Right. Still, I think I'd rather keep you in my pond as a pet.
Glad to know I can count on you.
Don't worry. I'll feed you nothing but the finest flies and mosquitoes in the Empire.
Friend indeed.
The lady! They've come for the lady!
Kill him!
Not fast enough!
Die, beast!
Such dashing officers. To what do I owe the pleasure, gentlemen?
The pleasure is all ours.
Oh my.
Take it away, Alex.
Right.
My lord.
Do you know anything of these monsters that everyone here is on about?
Only stories I overheard from my erstwhile guardians. Something about men with heads of wolves. Somebody digging up the graves at the cemetery. And that poor young man that was torn to pieces 4 days ago.
The Elderman didn't mention anything about that.
Interesting.
I dare not pry, gentlemen, but surely 3 Imperial Guardsmen are not out here merely for some local superstitions. Perhaps I may be of assistance?
Somebody has been spreading rumors blaming the Emperor for all the supposed horrors that have befallen these parts. Have you heard anything?
I've not been here long, but my so-called protectors mentioned something about a wise man. He's been opening the eyes of the oppressed, or something to that effect. In fact, that's how they ended up here to begin with. They were on their way to see him. I believe they mentioned he was in the homesteads near the old monastery.
I know the place. A few hours' ride from here. Thank you for your help.
At your service, my lords.
Well, she certainly seemed pretty easy, but I don't know if I'd go so far as the Devil's Whore. Wouldn't mind getting to know her a bit. Shame we're in a rush.
Seemed like a nice enough girl to me. And it's not exactly surprising that the local women aren't thrilled by her presence.
What is surprising is the dedication of the men protecting her. Something's off here. I've seen frightened men, but not like this.
Maybe it's not about fear.
What then?
Did you see her?
She's all right.
All right. If Alex and I weren't here, you'd be getting to know her a bit right now.
Oh, sure, I'd fuck her. I wouldn't die for her. These men did the opposite. That's what I don't understand.
You've never seen a man give his life for a beautiful woman.
I have. And I've never been able to understand it.
Why do I even bother?
We need to find that wise man in the homesteads. But first, I'm curious about the man that was supposedly torn into pieces. Let's ask the locals.
They's coming back. Careful! The witch likely taken their minds too. Quiet, fool. These Imperial Guard, they's trained to fight foul devilry.
You two! A man from this village was torn to pieces recently. Know anything about that?
Aye, my lord. The wicked beasts. They torn his arms and legs clean off his body, they did.
Who found his body? And where?
In the homesteads near the old monastery. Some men from there brought him here.
All roads lead to the monastery.
First, we need to examine his corpse.
Where is he buried?
At the cemetery, my lord.
Grab a shovel and come with us.
But, my lord, there's wicked beasts there, there is.
That was an order, not a request.
Aye, my lord.
Well, I'll be... Someone has been digging up the graves.
The brigands?
Can't rule it out. They certainly seemed crazy enough.
I don't see any evidence of wolfmen.
Does that surprise you?
That grave over there, it's fresh.
Start digging, boys. Ugh, the smell.
I'm not a... What do you think, Alex?
The soft tissue around his joints is torn and shredded. His limbs were ripped off, not cut.
Takes a lot of force to rip a man's arms and legs off.
We know there's no such thing as beasts or monsters. There must be a logical explanation.
I hope to God there is.
Look at his...
Covered in bruises, missing teeth.
He was beaten severely before his death. By men, I'd wager.
Look closely at his wrists and ankles.
Fresh scars.
Rope.
Someone must have tied him down.
So what do you think happened to him?
You tell us.
I have no idea.
Put in some effort, will you?
The note in his boot. I have a feeling it was a suicide letter. He wrote it, then killed himself.
By ripping off his own arms and legs? I suggest you start thinking, not feeling.
Aye, my lord. Only a beast could have did this.
Yes, and that beast was a common horse.
But, my lord, why would a horse wish to kill a man?
Perhaps he was mistreating it, he was.
Aye. Or maybe he didn't feed her proper and she got hungry.
His arm...
Why? We didn't think of that, my lord.
Shocking.
We've seen enough. Bury him again.
Aye, my lord.
Brutal way to die.
Who could have done that to him? And why?
Certainly not Imperial men. At least not in any official capacity. This sort of punishment is no longer practiced in the Empire. Not even for high treason.
Maybe it was personal.
A dagger in the back, a poisoned drink, an axe to the head at most. That's how one gets rid of a personal enemy. But to have a man quartered? What the hell is going on in those homesteads?
I take it that's our next stop?
Yes. We need to find that wise man. I suspect he'll have some answers. All right, let's go to the old monastery and talk to this wise man.
Lead the way. Hey! Go! Whoa! Where are we exactly? I've never been this far south before.
These lands were occupied by the Avlazar Empire for nearly 4 years during the last war, until our armies pushed them back across the Valessa River and all the way into their territory.
Right. That was 2 years ago. They taught us about that at the academy.
Did they also mention that shortly afterwards, the Ablazars crushed our army and pushed us back across that damn river?
They did. But they were careful to underline that we suffered that defeat because of treachery by some of our allies, and unfortunate circumstances. They stressed that no mistakes were made by our leadership.
Of course. 4 years of war, 100,000 dead, and the border remains unchanged. Yet no one made any mistakes.
War is war, but this land is rightfully and historically ours.
Not sure how much that matters to the men lying in the ground.
Lord save us. The spirits. They slaughtered everyone in Haleswood. Now they have come for us. Oh, good Lord, have mercy. God save us.
God have mercy!
Holy Father who art in heaven, deliver us from these evil spirits.
Stay back, foul demons! Stay back!
Is there something in the water? What the hell is wrong with you men?
Ye can speak.
Imagine that.
Then, you know spirits. Every man knows that ghosts can't talk to the living.
Aye. Ye are men. Flesh and blood.
Imperial Guardsmen.
Yes. And we have some questions.
Kill them!
You're no match for me!
This keeps getting stranger and stranger. The brigands at the village were out of their minds, and attacked us in spite of the fact that we are Imperial Guardsmen. These seem to have their wits about them. Well, more or less. And attacked us because we're Imperial Guardsmen.
What do you make of all this?
The Imperial Guard is not universally loved, but at least we've always been feared. If that's no longer the case, we may have a problem. Let's check out the other homesteads in the area. Hopefully this wise man is around here somewhere.
Unless we just killed him.
Doubtful. None of them seem terribly wise to me.
Rumors are one thing, but that certainly wasn't the welcome I expected.
It's not that surprising. Imperial control over these lands has always been strenuous at best. The people out here are nominally subject to the Emperor, but they have always had an independent streak. Multiple rebellions and uprisings have started right in these homesteads. I'm sure you've read about the more notable ones in history books.
I have, although they mostly glamorize the commanders that crushed the rebels, without going into detail about what caused them to rebel in the first place.
You're in luck. You have the opportunity to ask them in person.
And who knows? They may even tell you before they cut your throat.
Can they be reasoned with?
We are the Emperor's men, Alex. His enemies are our enemies. That's all there is to it. All right, let's see if he knows anything. Hey, Gramps.
What you want, boy?
You're addressing an Imperial officer. Show some respect.
Fuck off.
You know we can hang you for that, right?
What do I care? Be dead soon enough anyways, boy. With or without ye. Kill them! Get them, brothers! These are our lands!
You're far from home, my lord. Imperial dogs.
Is there anything you want to tell us?
No.
In case you didn't notice, we just killed half a dozen men right in front of you.
I'm old, not blind, boy.
Son of a...
You don't care?
Why should I? The wolves will drag away the corpses eventually.
We've heard there was a wise man around here.
Wise? Oh, bigger fool I'd done never seen.
So you know who we're talking about? Is he the one trying to agitate men against the Emperor?
Trying? You boys didn't figure it out yet? You're about to have a full-blown rebellion on your hands.
Whose side are you on?
What do I care? Those fools will have their fun. They'll kill, they'll rape, they'll plunder, and then you'll hang them all, and nothing won't change.
You seem to know quite a bit about rebellions.
I done seen my share, boy. The last one was around the time you were still shitting your pants. And the one before, when your daddy was still shitting his. They're all the same. As merciless as they are pointless.
Is this wise man from around here?
No. Never seen him till 2 moons ago.
Do you know where he is now?
He stayed in a homestead just north of the old monastery. Then a few days ago he left, or so they say.
Where did he go?
How the fuck would I know?
Did his followers at least mention his name?
Of course.
And of course you don't remember. Old man memory, something like that?
What are you on about, boy? I'm not senile. His name is Jacob Petrovsky.
Well then, that's actually useful. Thanks, Grandpa.
Please to serve me, lords. Anything else I can do for you?
No, I think that's about it.
Good, then get the fuck out of my yard!
Friendly gentleman?
We've been to the homestead north of the monastery. Nothing of interest there.
Well, except for those madmen who thought we were ghosts and tried to kill us.
Let's keep looking. There's got to be someone out here who knows where this Jacob Petrovsky went.
The vast, empty Slavomir steppes. It almost feels like we're in a desert. Or lost at sea.
What are you, a poet?
These lands were never heavily populated to begin with, and were devastated by the war. They've only recently finished rebuilding. But you're right. It does seem empty, doesn't it?
Perfect place to hide and plot, with no one the wiser.
To the east are dense forests. But north, south and west, one could ride for days and not hit a major settlement. Just endless homesteads and the occasional village.
It feels like you could hide an army out here.
It's been done before.
told those fools not to go, and now they've come for them.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, my lords.
Where's the man of the house?
He's gone, my lord. Him and our sons went to follow that wise man. I begged, and I pleaded, but they didn't listen. They left me all alone to fend for myself. The cause is more important, they said. I'm a simple woman and know nothing of these things. But what cause is more important than your own wife and mother?
Who exactly is this wise man?
I never seen him myself, and know not his name. My husband says a wench can't be trusted with such things, but he's not from round these parts. He appeared about 2 moons ago, I know not from where, and slowly, people started coming to see him.
Men from around here?
Not only, they came from all over, more and more every day. But 4 days ago they left, and my husband and sons with them.
Do you know where they went?
Aye, they said they were going to Blagoyarsk.
That's where Vlad and Eugene went. With any luck, they already have him in chains.
Do you perhaps think they may show mercy to my sons? They're simple boys. They know not what they do.
Vlad and Eugene show mercy. I wouldn't count on it.
What, my lord?
It's nothing. Never mind.
Why are people following him?
He made promises, my lord.
What sort of promises?
I dare not repeat such things to you.
You'll answer our questions, or you'll hang.
You kill a defenseless woman. Or maybe it be true what they said about you. Do what you want. What have I left to live for?
Alex, calm down. She's just a woman, and she's suffered enough.
All right. We've learned that this wise man is no longer here.
And we know where he went.
And we have a name. I think we're about done here, boys.
I wonder something. This Jacob Petrovsky had been holding court out here for 2 months. Men from all over poured in to join him. But the villagers at Haleswood didn't know a thing about it?
Of course they knew. They're protecting him.
So they lied to our faces. And this is no tall tale about some beast. They're protecting a rebel. High treason.
We should go back and hang them.
The entire village? They all had to know.
If they are all traitors, then yes. What's there to think about?
Your decisiveness is commendable. But there are only 3 of us, so I'm not sure how feasible that is. Even if the prospect of slaughtering an entire village gives you no qualms.
Just the alderman, then. Make an example.
I'd rather not hang anyone just yet. Not until we've got to the bottom of this.
Thought we had.
Not quite.
No? This Jacob Petrovsky riled up the locals with his ridiculous promises, rumors of wicked powers and such, and all sorts of yokels, brigands and vagabonds flocked to him. Seems simple enough.
Something still doesn't add up. Those men that were protecting the witch, it really did seem like something took their minds.
You don't think she's a real witch?
No. But I know women. And there's something she wasn't telling us. Then these rumors of beasts and spirits. They're too persistent to be entirely empty.
So let's pay the witch another visit.
Let's. But be on your guard. We don't know how the villagers will react to us this time around.
Whoa! Hey! What do you think? Is there going to be another war with the Avlazars?
Of course.
What about the peace treaty?
We had a peace treaty before the last war. That didn't stop anyone. War was inevitable then, and it's inevitable now.
Inevitable? It's up to the Emperor and the Avlazar Sultan, no?
You think so?
They're the ones in power.
The Emperor is one man. As is the Sultan. To start a war, 100,000 men must pick up arms and march to their deaths. You really think that one man can compel 100,000 to throw their lives away?
So what compels them then?
I have no idea. But something does. And whatever it is, it makes war inevitable.
Is everyone a damn poet now? Honor and duty to the fatherland. That's what compels a man to go to war.
Yeah. That's what they called it the last time.
My lord, ye's Imperial army, is ye not?
We are. But whatever you're thinking of doing, I strongly suggest you reconsider.
Werewolves, my lords! Werewolves! Beg help!
What are you on about?
Werewolves attacking the lumber camp! I ran as fast as I could. Beg help, my lords!
Where is this lumber camp?
To the east, straight up the road, an hour's ride. Beg help!
So, you plot a rebellion against the Emperor out here, and then ask his men for protection when you need it.
Oh, beg mercy, my lord. We's wanted naught to do with this fool and his plans. We're simple lumberjacks, we is. Oh, beg help, please! My die's there!
It's a trap.
Possibly. What do you think, Alex?
It has to be a trap. His story is preposterous.
And that's precisely why I think he's telling the truth. No one smart enough to set a trap in the first place would bait it with a lie that absurd. Regardless, it's a risk we'll have to take. Whatever is at that lumber camp, we have to see it for ourselves.
What about the witch?
We'll deal with her later.